Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the ICCN Podcast. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Hope you're smoking on something good. Talk about a little bit of what I got going on. So, a few things outside of the tents. That's pretty cool. So, I got a peyote cactus that is on its way to success, but I am still trying to learn how exactly to grow a peyote. So, if anyone knows, that would be great if you want to share. Okay, so I guess we haven't really talked much about curing processes specifically. I can kind of go over how I cure things. So whenever I harvest, after everything gets done drying, I like to cure in mason jars. Um, it's typically what's used. If you get the wide mouth mason jars, they work a lot better because you can put your hand down in there and it's a lot easier for you. But whenever your flower gets dry enough that you can take it off of the plant, put it in the jar, you're just gonna want to burp the jar, which is just opening the lid for about an hour each day, depending on how dry your flower is. Allow that slow curing process to happen. You want it to dry out as slow as you can, but not too slow to where it's going to mold. And keep doing that until it's dried, and you should wind up with a really good flavorful smoke. The storing of seeds, that's an interesting topic because I know that people store their seeds differently. Some people store their seeds in a refrigerator. Um, I've personally just stored my seeds in a cool, dark place in a Ziploc bag, and that seems to be good enough for them. I've never had a problem with them not germinating or anything like that going bad. So that's what I do. Okay, germination and propagation. Germinating seeds. Let's talk about that a little bit. So there's many methods. There's the paper towel trick, where you get a paper towel, get it moist, and go ahead, wrap your seeds up in it, and then you'll put it in a sandwich bag and basically leave it until it germinates. Uh, and then you can put it in your dirt. Where, I've done that. I've put my seeds straight up in a water bottle, you know, just straight up in water, and that works fine. I've also put seeds straight into the dirt. So there's, I haven't really noticed much of a difference. I will say that, how I do it is the water bottle way. Just take a water bottle, dump a little bit of water out of it, throw the seeds in there, and I like doing it like that because I can see uh, what's going on, what's germinating, what's not. That's just my 2 cents. And then whenever you get that tail coming out of the seed, uh, that taproot, you want to go ahead and just put that in the dirt first. Whenever you go ahead and transfer those germinated seeds from the bottle into the dirt. You can also add a little bit of hydrogen peroxide to your water bottle to make it a little bit more sterile. Um, you would want to look into that, like maybe Google it. What's the ratio? Because I haven't done it in a while, so I kind of forgot. But Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we can go ahead and talk about what I got going on in my tents. Guess we haven't really talked much about that specifically. So, right now, flowering, um, I got some Miracle Alien Cookie S1. So the story behind that, um, I got these tester seeds, and I forgot who I got them from. And there's like only four seeds in there, I think, that said Mac S1. And I grew out the three and didn't take any clones or anything. It ended up smoking really good. It was very tolerable in the tin. Um, you know, I feel like a blind monkey could grow this strain. Not kidding you. So it's pretty easy and smokes really good. So that's how I remembered that. That's why you know if you smoke weed long enough, you'll remember certain strains because of certain things that traits that you liked about it, and usually those ones are kind of special to you. So this one was kind of special to me in that aspect, especially whenever I only had one seed left, and whenever I got back to growing and stuff, I moved into my new house and got my tents back up and stuff. Figured out what I wanted to grow, and I went ahead and chose to pop that Mac S1 seed along with um, three skunk number ones from AGC Co. I've grown out the skunk number one before, and it, and whenever it flowers out, it is more. I don't know if there's a skunkier pheno or what, but anytime I've grown it out, it's really been on the fruitier side of things. So I had that and the Mac finished, and I ended up taking clones off the Mac while it was in veg. Um, that way I could keep it around since that was my last seed of it, and still have it around until I get something else in my flowering tent. Been kind of working on that. I phased out the skunk number one I have uh, to be replaced with a new gene pool. Um, and that gene pool is coming from BlueSkiesVienna. And you guys may have met Blue Skies from previous podcasts or even the podcast that we had him on our first episode. And he's a really good guy that deserves the credit that he deserves. And I would love to share my experience so far with these genetics because what I'm experiencing with them is unlike anything else I've grown, and it's something it's already shown expressions in pre-flowering stages that those traits that I was looking for, searching for a long time, and that's more of like the just the skunkier, funkier terps and notes. Um, so anyway, we're gonna go ahead and replace the skunk number one with these Turk Time Ticket 2.0s from Blue Sky Vienna, and along with his sweet and sour. They are, I want to say, no more than 2 months in veg, and so far the expressions on them are really interesting and unique. Um, there's one pheno in there that uh, the leaves look like leaves of a mint plant, like a spearmint plant, um, which I never really seen before. So that's a really cool trait or a leaf structure that I've never seen before. Along with some of the other ones, there's this one specific one that the nodes are growing just so uniformly to the other ones, and they're growing like straight out, like 90-degree out, which is pretty cool. Um, Usually the nodes are growing like up at 45 degrees, 45-degree angles from the stalk, but these ones are more of like 90-degree, which is pretty cool. And they're stretching out pretty wide. So like the top of the plant isn't shading those lower nodes because those lower nodes are, you know, reaching out and around, and they're doing so perfectly, nice and uniformly. The stem rubs that I've been getting from them, there's always like this, like 80% through of them always have like this back note of funk, but you may need to take a couple more smells of it to really decipher what that funk is. Is it armpit onion funk, or is it onion skunk funk? Then you get into these other ones that have that, but also a rubber hue smell to it, like if you were to go to Walmart and go back to the automotive section and like stick your head in a tire, that kind of uh rubber smell right there. Um, it's not going to be as strong as that, obviously, but it's like that paired with that funk on some of them. Like I want to say, like a couple of them, I've definitely been able to get that from. Then there's this other one that doesn't really have much funk at all. It's leaning more towards like that's the way I was able to describe it one day was a green bell pepper, kind of like that, kind of like that green herb slash vegetable. Well, I don't want to say vegetable. I'd just say bell pepper because the bell pepper is pretty specific. So that's one I could correlate it to. So we got those going, and we're gonna probably take clones off of those and and then flour out the rest. And then after we smoke the flour and go through everything, probably end up cutting down the clones to just a few that I can actually manage down here. Because so far right now, everything is just kind of growing crazy, literally. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. But that's good. I'm having fun.
Hello?
Oh, there you go. I
Oh,
can
we
hear you.
there?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, excellent. I just hit something on my screen and now we're good, I reckon.
Awesome, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, very good, man. Sun's shining here, so it's all good.
Awesome, bro. Well, man, I'm glad that you can hop on here. Thank you for, take some time out of your day and uh yeah, making it on, man. It's exciting. Uh
So is it just me here, or we got other guys?
well, I mean, I don't know if anyone else is gonna join. It sounded like we may have other people joining, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Uh I hope, other people can make it. I kind of just send the link in the group there, and let people figure it out whenever it comes to this day, because I know some things may change at the last minute and stuff for people. So
Oh yeah,
um,
absolutely. I mean, we've all got families and things like that, haven't we? That we've,
oh yeah,
things pop up all the time, don't they?
oh yeah, yeah. I'm not breathing down anyone's necks or anything like that.
No,
So
no, but it'd be nice to have like, a few inputs, wouldn't it?
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, hopefully, uh, we'll talk about blues genetics regardless, but it would have been nice to have kind of a group on here to um, talk with him, about what we're all doing with this stuff. But
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody's getting different stuff, aren't they? Finding different things and that. So, um, yeah, but it's all good, bro. It's all good.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So didn't you have something crossed with blues stuff?
No,
What
no,
was
that
it?
that that one I posted this morning was my sort of favourite. It's one of the ones I found in the original Turp Town tickets. Um,
Oh, okay.
and as you can see by the picture, it's quite hazy. It's a beautiful daytime smoke. But that's the one that was up there. That was just an original Turp Town tickets, which most of mine are, being the original ones from Blues Lot.
Awesome, bro. Was that outdoors?
No, I don't. I can't grow outdoors here, bro. Well, you could, but like, there's not enough secluded spaces. There's so many dog walkers, and people find your plot and that, and you get like narky little letters and things. And do you know what I mean? You think you found a nice spot, and you haven't, and and it just does. It's never worked out for me like that. When I was younger, I did try, but I'm purely indoor now.
Yeah. So you said that it was really really hazy.
Yeah, the bud structure, it was quite a strange one really, because it seemed like it was finishing, but then I guess with the heat and everything, she just popped another load of flowers out. So it actually looks like it's not really finished, but underneath it, it sort of is. But I had to get her out because I've got other things that I've got to get in there.
Okay, yeah, because I was looking at that. I'm like, man, I can't tell if that's like a foxtail or
Yeah,
um
no, yeah. Well, that's the big top main bud, um,
yeah,
and obviously it has got some foxtailing in because we've had some incredible weather in the UK. It's been
yeah,
so hot, and I don't run aircon or nothing. So really, you're only got the air from outside that you're dealing with. So things do get a little bit hot, but you know, this is just what we have to deal with sometimes, isn't it, as growers?
yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, some people have different opinions about stuff foxtailing. I mean, I've never really ran into a huge issue of stuff foxtailing for me, but I've never had an issue of getting flour that is foxtailed or whatever. So,
Yeah,
um,
I mean, the flower's purely for me. Do you know what I mean? It's medical, and once I've ground it up and stuff and smoked it, it doesn't really matter what it looks like, does it? Do you know what I'm saying?
right. Awesome, bro. So, you said you grew out from the regular pheno. No, not the pheno hunters. That's older than the first Turk Town tickets.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. The original Turktown tickets. I suppose I've grown. I don't know. I suppose about a good 20, 25 different plants.
Nice.
I'm
Just out of that, out of the Turk Town tickets.
Yeah,
Alone.
that's right. Yeah.
Nice.
Um, when it's not so hot, she doesn't get so airy, and she's like a sort of lemon skunky haze type thing. But she's just really nice for morning and afternoons or anything social.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, what have you found in besides this nice haze? Have you
Uh,
found anything else that's worthwhile telling?
absolutely. The first one of the first few things that I found was a pickled onion skunk that turns completely black without cold temperatures. That's on my Instagram profile, I believe. And Yeah, she was good, but unfortunately, like everything else, I've only got very small space, so I was cracking on sort of thing, and I've got her down as photographed and stuff. So I moved on fairly quickly. She was like she sounds. She was like I don't know if you get them over there, but over here we've got something called pickled onion monster munch, which is like crisps or chips, whatever you call them. And she was just like when you smell them, but with a sort of pure skunky undertone. And she was a lovely smoke. But yeah, like I say, I had to move on to uh, bigger and better things. I then had another skunk leaning. She was more like the chem profile, Chem and Chem Sister and Chem 91 and all that stuff. She
Hmm.
leaned very heavily towards that. Again, very nice, but had to move on. What else have I grown? Lots of skunks. There's been loads of skunks with different nuances, like skunk this, skunk that. Um, I'm really trying to think now because I've grown quite a few. I've had some like grapefruity leaning ones.
Oh,
Yeah, and there was like a, a almost like a floral one. Um, that again, everything has. You've got like this top note of something, and then the skunk comes in behind it on
yes,
everything
bro.
really. Um,
Yeah,
there's a few I've found that where the skunk doesn't come through as much, and it's not predominant. And they're kind of the ones that I'm looking for. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love all the nose burning skunks and that, but I like something that's got like a bit of top end as well as mid range and bass, if you know what I'm saying.
yeah, bro. Yeah, and it's interesting how you know, what you're saying about the expressions and the terps because I'm growing out some of the Terp Town Ticket 2.0s and I totally understand what you're saying whenever you got that skunk in there, but you also got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like, I've identified um a couple that kind of have that skunk and but also with that rubbery um smell in there like a car tire or the best way I could describe the rubber smell is if I went into Walmart and went back to where the tires are on the shelves you kind of get um
Fresh
that
rubber smell. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and then like you said about you kind of get ones that aren't really leaning towards skunk. Yeah, because I got one that doesn't really it's like 85% of I got four Turk Top Ticket 2.0s and then four sweet and sours, but um and I wouldn't expect the sweet and sours, to uh maybe express too much skunk anyway, but they still kind of have a little funk in there. um but there's one specifically that just has best way I can describe it is like a green bell pepper. Uh that was I mean the best way
Okay.
I could identify it the one day I smelled it. So um yeah, it's interesting that there's also the skunks and you can find things that um come along with the skunks.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to say I like something that's got maybe a fruity or something top end, but with that skunk that comes in like on the exhale, if you know what I mean.
Okay, well, no, I don't yet because I haven't been able to get to the point of flowering any of blue stuff, so everything's still
Oh,
in
bro,
veg.
get on it, get on it.
Yeah, yeah, I know it, bro. I'm waiting for my flower tint. I probably got like another week, um, uh, until I can probably look at chopping some stuff down, and then putting, transferring some plants into there. I need the room in my veg tent anyway because I kind of went crazy and
As you
popped a
do.
whole. It started off with like popping, I think like two RKSs and like one or two lemongrass cilantros. You know, I was being like, you know, real um small with I don't know, like uh I just wanted to preserve the seeds, so I didn't want to like you know grow too much. I don't know. Uh, anyway, so whenever I grew those, even though one turn or the lemongrass cilantro and the RKS, they end up turning into males, and then the other RKS, um, it ended up herming on me, but it was outside, and I will admit, like I put these plants outside a little bit too early. I feel like, I mean, they look great, but they did take a beating. But um,
When you say herm, do you mean just a couple of nanas here and there, or a full on like herm?
well, see, it was just like two nanners that I saw coming off of off of it, but like, and I couldn't tell, I couldn't find like any like hairs, you know, to identify if there's um if it was a female. So it's
Right.
like I was just fucking confused as fuck. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna chop it down because I didn't care if any of the pollen from the straight up males ended up in here because, you know, fuck it. I'd be
Yeah,
stuck with
right.
a whole bunch of good seeds. But
Absolutely.
if that was a herm and it got in, like, you know, I didn't want to take the chance, so I just chopped it
No,
down.
it's best not to, bro. If you get anything like that or anything that's sort of like you're thinking, just get rid of it straight away because you know you don't want that herm
Yeah,
pollen anywhere near your females, bro. Absolutely
yeah,
not.
yeah. So, um, yeah, and you know, unfortunately, like even that's what I got. Bro, it got me excited enough to, you know, as you can see, I got put 8 beans in, you know, to all together, you know, 4 Turptown tickets, you know, four
Yeah.
sweet and sours, and you know, because I was sold on the stem rubs alone of those males, because
Oh, absolutely.
uh, I was those type of terps have been something I've been, you know, I feel like I was looking for years prior before I even found blue, and
Right.
I found blue in last year, 2025, you know,
Well,
and
yeah, you know, I bet you're glad you did, bro, because most of the stuff out there sucks, to be fair.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely coming to that conclusion that I'm not gonna be disappointed, you know.
You
Uh,
won't be disappointed in any of them, bro. They're all
yeah,
so unique that I mean, I haven't come across one that I don't like yet. Do you know what I mean? Like to say that, oh, no, I don't like that. I've not come across any of these meaty carcass type smells yet. I don't really want to be fair, or some of the other ones. Yeah, I think if I come across them, I'd give them a go, but it's not really my thing. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, and oh, real fast, uh. before I forget, you were mentioning about that purple onion garlic skunk, right?
Yeah, yeah, the pickled onion one. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So because I remember Blue saying something about that, like that's one of his favorites. And you know, if anyone else like, does anyone have a cut of that or anything, or is it just been kind of,
No,
you
not
know,
that one. That one, unfortunately, I'll tell you exactly what happened there. Um, Obviously, I'm a medical patient and I get a little bit confused sometimes. And I was convinced that I had got a cut into, take on for vegging back up for the flower. But I didn't. What I actually had was something completely different. So I lost that one through stupidity, really, bro. Um, yeah, just thinking that I'd got a cut of it when I hadn't. And to be fair, that was a bit shameful. But what can I say? These things happen, don't they?
hell yeah, for sure, bro.
especially when you've got like other things waiting and you're on rotation, and do you know what I mean? It all just get, you have to be like bang on it, and I ain't sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
I'm
but
still trying to find the energy myself to figure out like, because I feel like one of these is bound to be something that like is a keeper, you know, or
absolutely,
like
take
multiple.
cuts, man. That's
Yeah,
all I can say.
yeah,
Take cuts in veg before you stick her in flour. Make sure you've got at least two cuts of her. You don't know what she's going to be like. If she's not that good, then throw the cuts away. If she is, you've got two cuts ready to mum up, and away you go.
yeah, yeah, for sure, bro. I probably end up taking cuts off of them whenever I can move them out of my veg tent into my flower tent. I'll probably actually flip my flower tent, change the hours on it a little bit to allow them to veg in there a little bit longer, get them a little bit meatier, bigger in there, and
Yeah.
take some cuts off of them and
The thing I
start.
will say with blues genetics, I wouldn't let them go too long, because if you're under like proper lighting and everything, they'll get big, real big,
Yeah,
fast. So yeah, just be aware of that, because I've been caught out like that a few times. You think, yeah, I'll really like get this cut nice and beautiful, and you put it in, and all of a sudden it's like near your lights, and you're thinking, oh no. But
oh man,
yeah.
that's exciting and scary at the same time.
Yeah, you just have to keep an eye on them, man. That's all.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can see that because the expressions that these are showing, I mean, not one of them looks the same. And it's very interesting and but all of them look beautiful. They're all like the especially there's this one um I don't know if it's which one it is, but um the lower nodes, man, are just keeping up and like stretching out and like, you know, um they're keeping up with the top of the plant. They're like, damn near. But I feel like that one has a little bit more space around it than the other ones. I feel like that they're kind of restricting um or the space I have in there is kind of restricting what they can kind of really do. I defoliated yesterday and things look a lot better, but I feel like I've been defoliating and noticing hella growth damn near every day, every few days,
That's
so
that's just blues genetics, bro. You'll get that in more or less all of it. It's
yeah.
all his genetics are just they just there's a word for it. I'm trying to think about it. Vigorous. That's the word I'm looking for.
Mm,
Yeah, I've not really found one that isn't vigorous yet, and there's quite a few that have that like lower branching that will come up and keep up with your top node. Like um, they do like well, there's quite a few actually, but they do like uh, the bottom buds will come up, and if you let them, you can get a nice uniform um, plant growth from it. You know, give you sort of like 6, 8 buds on each plant and that, and it looks really nice.
Yeah, bro. And uh, well, I'm trying to figure out like, have you ever topped them, or you just let them?
I have to top them, bro, because if I let them go, then they really do get too big. Um, I've had some that will come up without topping, um, but mostly because I'm kind of restricted. I'm tiny, tiny. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
With my space, and I have to not train them. I mean, I know I know how I need to have my plants for my space, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Um,
totally.
you know, you know what the plant can do, so you just adapt it to your situation. Basically, you know, that's all you can do, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's this one that is sticking out in there, where the the like none of the nodes have really done anything, but it's just growing up.
Straight up. Yeah, you get them too.
Yeah, so I topped it yesterday. I'm like, fuck it, dude. Like, I mean, I
Yeah, you
can't
have.
have you.
Yeah, you
I,
have to with those sort of ones, bro. Otherwise, they'll be at your roof before you know it.
besides the Turptown tickets, have you grown anything out or anything else out of uh
Yeah, yeah. I've had some Star 23s, and some blueberry cross skunk. And they're wow, they're awesome little plants, man. They're just really compact. They're supposed. I've had one that's a really fast finisher. There's I think a couple of people who've grown them have said about them being quite fast finishers, or there's phenos that are fast finishing, sort of 50 odd days or something, you know. Um, but yeah, again, they're very skunky again. Um, I've had one that's kind of more citrusy. That's my number one that I've kept. And I had another pheno that was like floral, but didn't really dig that, so that one went by.
this is of the
And
Star 23.
yeah, that's it, the Star 23. And I've got another one which is just, I don't know, it's just a beautiful skunk. Um, it, it's not too acrid, um, but yeah, it's just really, really nice. And she forms up superb. Like if you top her, she just gets a completely flat, um, you know, top to her. So, so it's nice and level like, and yeah, she buds out pretty good. But they're compared to, or what I found through, because I've only sort of popped a few of them, is that they're really sound more like the boss plants, really stocky and chunky like. Um, yeah, they're well, again, they're just really nice as well. And I've had a couple of blueberry skunks. Um, Unfortunately, with them, I haven't really found anything that's kind of blueberry, but the skunk is definitely there. Um, yeah, and I've got some. I've popped another couple of the blueberry skunk, um, and they're going great. They're just solid little plants as well. Um, but the blueberry that I've had in flower, she's got a little bit of something to her, but she's just skunk, man. But she's a beautiful plant, so you know it's very hard choosing. But like I say, I have more stuff coming through, so I'm going to have to start choosing again soon what I need to take out to put in these new uh, Star 23s and Blueberry Skunks. I've also got another 4 Turptown tickets that I've got in veg that I've not never flowered out yet. So that'll be interesting as well. one of them smells a little bit like a rotten berry that I had, which was also very nice. But again, I think that was another one that I thought I had a cut of and I didn't and lost that one. But that was a real shame. But that was just like a more of a dark berry than a bright berry. But then you just had this. Um, I don't know if you get them over there, but over here we've got like refuse collection lorries that come along and collect our bins. And in the summer, they produce a certain smell, like bin juice, and but it sounds awful, but it was actually really nice. The smell was to it, but it was more fruity on the palate, like. But she was very nice as well. But
No, I
yeah,
can't.
like I say, hopefully one of these is going to be like a sister to her because she's very similar.
Nice, bro. Yeah, I can't say that I can relate to the bins, but um, but yeah, the Star 23, I've seen a lot of people grow that out, and it seems like a heavy yielder from what I've seen.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of people do really well with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and real fast, I'm gonna just put a pin in what we're talking about real fast, and uh, because we're running out of time, I gotta reset this meeting. So I'm gonna end this meeting and then just send you another link in the chat. Okay?
Okay, mate, no problem. Yeah.
Uh, Cool, bro. All right.
All right, I'll speak to you soon.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye bye.
All
You
right, there
good,
we go.
bro? Am I
Yes,
coming
sir.
through?
Yep, yep. I can hear you.
Nice, I can hear you. We're good, bro.
Awesome, cool. So yeah, the Star 23 being a heavy user, I was kind of curious, out of your experience, since you've kind of got a good idea of different varieties. Are there any other ones that are kind of heavy yielders or um
I my most heaviest is probably my number five pheno, which is the one that I've told you that makes a nice even canopy once you top it out.
mhm.
Um, Also, I've got another one which is a little bit more stretchy, and she seems to be coming on nice. But I mean, I used to grow with sodiums, but in the UK they just got far too expensive to run. So you've got to have all your fans for taking heat away, and then you've got your fans for extraction and this and that. And then
Yeah.
the wife just basically said it's too expensive. So that was like she was like, you either go over to something little like an LED or you stop. So the decision was made for me really. So I've only got a little LED which I sort of grow with, and I get by with it, but it's not the best, bro. Do you know what I mean? And I don't get plants nowhere near as heavy as what I did when I was growing with the HPSs and the metal halides. You know,
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people saying that that HPS is like not as good as LED, and the figures. Do you know what I mean? The light intensity and things like that show that they are better, but I don't know. I've grown with both, and I just find that you get a much better plant when you grow under sodiums. It's a fact, or but that's what I've found anyway. You know, through my experience.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of um am still trying to figure that one out myself because my wife, she's got her little project going on, right beside my tents. I got her a little tent, and
Oh,
um
nice. Got a little
yeah,
dual hobby going on there. That's good. That's nice, bro.
yeah, bro. So we kind of have like a little. She's got her strain. She's got this nice little purple strain going on. But anyway, like she's growing under an LED, and she's most likely probably gonna have some of the clones that, uh if she wants any of them in there. But I have a Mac strain that I was grown before I found Blues genetics and stuff, and that's
Okay,
what's
yeah,
currently in my flowering tin right now. And it was a good experiment whenever I gave her some clones of that, and I flowered out under my light, which is a CMH, and then she's got her LED. And
yeah.
I mean, for her 100 watt, um, Mars Hydro LED, I mean, it did great. I mean, and the biggest thing that I feel like we both could agree on is her Mac felt a little bit more energizing, but I mean, I was satisfied with,
And
like,
you both were flowering for the same time, like.
yeah,
Wow, that's quite interesting, isn't it?
yeah, for real. Like, and like, I even separated hers into a different jar, but
Yeah.
um, like if I put the jars next to each other, you wouldn't really be able to tell. I mean,
Right. Okay. Just the weight difference, is it? Like in harvest weight.
I guess I didn't weigh. I never did weigh it out to
No, but
see how
just by
much.
looks, just by sight,
Oh
you
yeah,
can.
yeah, but by looks and like the density of the buds were, I couldn't really tell a difference. I mean, I would
Oh,
say, um, like, um, yeah, bro, it was just very. If there's a difference, it was just that m minuscule difference that we both agreed on. That it was a little bit more, um,
energizing.
yeah, but
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. That's something.
yeah, but
Because
that's the only time we've done it, and I'm sure we'll do it again. So I'll
it would
definitely
be
keep y'all
an
updated.
interesting experiment to do again, bro. Because I mean, I run a P200 Viper Spectra, P2000, which is like the 200-watt version, really. Like it's supposed to be equivalent to like 400 HPS, but not sure. But yes, I mean, she gives good results. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't get as much from a plant under LED than I used to from um, vegging with the CMH and flowering with the HPS.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I actually what's in my veg tent is a Viper Spectra. Pretty sure it's a 600 watt. At least
Oh,
that's what it
okay, yeah,
says.
they're decent little lights for veg, bro. You
Yeah, bro. I
don't
mean,
need a lot of light really for veg. As long as they're not stretching, you're good.
yeah. I mean, I honestly, you know, may have thought like I kind of thought that light may have been maybe too much since it was 600 watts, but I mean, throw it in there, and everything's great underneath it. I even germinate in there, you know?
Wow,
Yeah,
that's good.
nothing stretches too far to to try reaching the light,
Yeah,
being down there, and nothing's being burnt. So,
all good,
yeah.
bro. That's the thing I do like about the LEDs is they don't really give out a lot of heat, so you haven't got to whisk that away somewhere. So you're sort of saving all the time, like because I'm not sure whether you know, but over here, um, energy prices are just stupid. I mean, yeah, I sort of 10 years ago, I could quite happily run a sodium, no problem. But a few years ago, it like the fuel bill just like trebled all of a sudden. It was like, holy shit, what's going on here? And of course, it was me drawing the power, weren't it? So, yeah,
Oh man.
got told off for that one.
That's whenever you just you plant an extension cord, from an outside outlet and act like it's running over to your neighbor's house and be like, "Honey, like I don't know what he's doing." I mean, It's not me. It's definitely not me.
Yeah, no, my wife's pretty savvy, mate. You can't put much past her.
Oh man. But yeah, those I totally get the heat side of it and the cost side of it because that's basically why, I thought about getting rid of my CMHs for a long time, but I go back and forth in my head like if a light burns out, that's $60, and it's
Absolutely. I
so
mean, bro, if you can afford to run them, run them. That's what I'd say.
yeah,
It's just that I would if I could, but I just can't. So, but yeah, that's just some of the uh, things we have to deal with, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. Well, what size pots are you growing these bad boys in?
It varies, but mostly 5 or 7 liter. What's that in? Because you work in something else, don't you?
Yeah, we go in gallons, man.
Gallons. Yeah, 2 gallon pot is a 14 liter uh, pot. So 2 gallons of yours would be a 14 liter pot here. So
Okay,
14. So yeah, they're sort of just over gallon pots, I would say.
yeah, that's cool because I'm in 1 gallon pots myself.
Right,
Um,
yeah. Well, that seems to be kind of like the size that I've found where, for my space, they're adequate. Obviously, if you had more space and more room, you'd be putting them in bigger pots. But for my situation, that's what I run. So
yeah, bro, I totally feel it because whenever I started, I think I got 5 gallon pots and I was, able to put 4 plants in my 4x4 comfortably.
beautiful.
Um, and then, I tried the fabric pots, but dude,
Oh
those
man,
are
are they a pain in the ass or what?
they're fucking hell trying to transplant anything out of them, bro. It's like I might as well just cut the damn thing off the roots. Like,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I tried them for a little while, but they were just like, really? I just went back to my plastic pots.
yeah, yeah, for real. And then, you know, I I guess like over time I just gravitated towards the 1 gallon pots because I can get 6 plants, in my 4x4, and depending on the structure of it, it all depends
Yeah,
really. Like
yeah.
could put more in there. I'm scrogging my max, so um and there are little spaces where I could technically put another plant in there if I wanted to. And
Fill it up, bro. It's the only way. Fill it up.
well, at that point I wasn't whenever I first put those max in there, that's all I had to put in there because
Right.
those RKSs did what they did, and then I just popped a whole bunch of beans.
Yeah.
And
Well, give it a little time, mate, and you'll be, you know, very surprised and very happy that you've found blues genetics.
oh yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm already very, very happy about, what I see um, you know, and happy just that found um this little group, little community or whatever of people that, just um are after something that I am also after.
Yeah, that's it. We are quite a small group, but it's nice like that because sort of you get to know people, don't you, stuff, and yeah, it's always nice to see what comes out of blues genetics from other people, because obviously the more beans popped, the more expressions we're going to find.
Right. Now, do you currently have like a mother of anything, or are you just popping?
Yeah, I well, like I say, I've got a couple of mothers. That one you saw, the hazy one, I've got a mum of that because I always keep her around.
Nice.
And I've got a blueberry skunk mother that I keep because she's really nice. I did have some Star 23s, but they're probably going to be making way for more Turptown tickets if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean my space or the flowering space I've got is only like 4 foot by 2 foot, and like my veg space is like 90 mil by I don't know 60 mil or something like this. It's very very tiny. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really restricted. Hang on, I've just got to let me dog in.
Yeah.
Come on, then, mate. There you go, bud. I'm back. What was I saying?
Your space being very limited.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I've got a I don't know if you know them, but I've got a lighthouse clone tent, which I keep my aero what do you call them aeroponic
Oh,
cuttings and the little ones, and then they go into a I think it's about a meter by 600 little veg space, and then from there into the 4x2 flower space. So I am very limited, but it's only me growing medically for myself. So it's all I
right.
need, really.
Yeah, bro. That aeroponic um system, you're saying it's for your clones? Because I've
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've not found anything better really for clones. It's I think it's like an extreme or something like that. It's only like a 20 space um, cloner, but yeah, she works well. She has been working really well recently. The last couple of weeks, I think the heat is really starting to get because the water's heating up too much, or the
Mhm.
temperature of the water in the res is a bit too hot for the plants because they like it a bit cooler. But apart from that, yeah, 100% success rate all the time.
Okay.
The only thing that limits me is my stupidity.
Yeah, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Those I see those I think I've seen them before. They um
Just
it's
got like little
basically
neoprene collars in them, and it's just a single pump with a little twirly whirly like water that sprays out to the side, and yeah, that's it basically.
yeah, I've always been really interested in getting one, but I've kind of been intimidated by how you put the clone in there. I would imagine, just like how you would with anything else, just put the cloning solution on and put it in the puck, and then
Absolutely. Just make sure you've got some nodes beneath the puck. Put the puck in the little rack. Leave it for I don't know, week to 10 days. You got roots.
cool. I mean, do you have to add anything to the water, or is it just regular
No,
water?
the only thing I run in my water is a little bit of what is it? It's something to keep the little spray nozzle clean. It's like it keeps your pipes clean and stuff. Your aeroponic pipes and aquaponic pipes and things like that. It's made by mm, Dutch Pro. Um, it's like in a 100 litre tank. I put 10 mil, and that just stops a lot of that white. We've got very hard water around here, so it stops all the sort of white calcification and stuff. But apart from that, yeah, bro, just straight water. You can put a little tiny bit of CalMag in if you want, but I usually find that the water does, you know, absolutely fine. And then as soon as you get I mean, I'm in cocoa as well, so as soon as she goes into a little pot, give her a little half feed. Make sure you uh, put enough feed through the medium if it's new, so it all flushes out that nasty brown shit. And yeah, away you go.
Awesome, bro. Well, you have made me more confident, so
Just do it, bro. That's all you got to do. Just do it. Right, and
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like everything's a bit intimidating, isn't it, when you first film it? But once you do it and you think, oh, Well, that's not bad at all. Do you know, it's just a lot of it is just, I don't know, a lot of things are made out to be more complicated than what they actually are. And once you do it, you just think, well, yeah, well, that went so hard. So, but yeah, just do it, bro. Get yourself a little aero cloner, and you'll never look back.
Yeah, I'll probably start looking into them and finding one probably um online here and getting
I mean,
one
you,
that fits my needs, I guess.
absolutely. I mean, I think mine started off as a 12 site, but I bought a 20 site. Uh, Bloody hell. Um, Top for it, where the pucks fit into it. Um, so I probably round the outside, I can probably get about 14. But it's never full up anyway. I only take cuts of whatever's going into flour, unless I've got a mum of it, and yeah,
Yeah, at least you
all
got the
good.
extra space if you need it. So
Absolutely, yeah,
that's probably
yeah.
the best way to do it.
Yeah. When you're limited for space, you have to do what you do, don't you? Find out these little things, little tricks. I mean, she's not very big. Um, like I say, she fits in my lighthouse cloner, so yeah, width wise, so she's absolutely fine. She just takes up a little bit of the back of it, and then the rest of the cuts can just mature like in that tent as well.
Nice, man. Yeah, another thing I've noticed, you know, is that blues genetics, like I haven't really had to feed them much of, I mean, there's two plants in there that's uh I guess more needy than the others, but
Yeah, blues stuff doesn't like a lot of feed. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I usually find sort of half half to maybe 3/4 strength. They'll go up to, but anything past that, and they just don't their overall look changes. Do you know what I mean? They're just not happy. But if
Dude,
but
yeah,
if you
yeah.
keep them on the slightly leaner side, they tend to, as soon as you put your water in your pot and that, you can see everything going, lovely, lovely, and your little leaves start like looking lovely, and the little tips start sort of doing their thing, and yeah, it's lovely, mate. All good.
Yeah, bro. Like, because the first time I started noticing some deficiencies on one two or these couple of plants, um I figured, okay, the rest of them may be hungry too. So I went ahead and fed them, and I mean, like you said, like you can just tell that they're not happy. And like
Absolutely.
I didn't burn them or anything
No,
crazy like
no,
that, but
but
like
you can just tell, can't you?
yeah, for sure. And you know, couple days of, or even a day of just giving it regular water and coming back, you know.
That's it. Yeah, that's all. If you do put them a little bit heavy, just give them like water or quarter feed, and within a few days they'll bounce back.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
each pretty much, there's most of them, I'd say, they like leaner than whatever you're giving. Whatever you're giving them at the time.
yeah,
I'm a bit sort of, I'm not organic. I grow in cocoa. So, I just tailor things to where they need to be for certain specific times.
yeah,
And a lot of them, yeah, you'll find that as soon as you feed them too much, you'll know, because they're just not as happy as what they were. So, in that way, it's cool, because you know that within a few days you can sort it as well.
yeah. And I'm on bottle nutrients and just growing in soil, and um, but I don't follow the schedule. I just kind of follow what the plants are telling me.
Absolutely. Well,
So
they're going to want you to use as much of of their feed as possible, aren't they? So you keep on buying it. So it's in their interest for them for you to feed your plants high amounts, and that's where people get into trouble because they follow the guides, and then all of a sudden their plant's not liking it, and they don't know what to do. So like you say, if you just watch your plant and just gradually, slowly, incrementally adjust things so you can see what's happening. Um, it you're all good if you can do that. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that if they're new, they're probably not quite up to what we're talking about. But if you know your plants, you'll know exactly what I mean.
And it's really all about learning uh your deficiencies and what they look like. Just Google, because I'm still like learning what like I'm like I think I just for the first time really had a magnesium deficiency, that I had to uh go through and identify. But like I would say like also it's kind of hard to look at a picture online or whatever and kind of see what's going on, but I've been able to, I feel like, do pretty well with this book that I have, the Cannabis Grow Bible by
Oh yeah,
Graham Greene.
you're golden then, bro. If you've got that.
Yeah, honestly, that's like one of my like, if I had a fucking history, a search history for this book, the number one page it would be that nutrient deficiency page that uh just because I mean uh yeah, man, it's just so helpful anytime. And that's what I like about the 1 gallon pots too, is because I grow in just pro mix, a regular. It's a very it's not a hot soil. It has like it doesn't really have a lot of stuff in it other than like mycorrhiza. Um,
Okay,
and so that way I kind of know like, okay, whenever I start seeing a deficiency, then give it some newts, and then you know,
absolutely,
uh,
especially in soil because it's just very easy to overdo it in soil as well.
yeah,
I started off in soil a very long time ago, and I found that out very quickly. You got. I always found you had to wait for everything to deplete, sort of 4 or 5 weeks, and then start adding things very carefully. Whereas with the cocoa, I can sort things out within a matter of hours. I haven't got to wait. I'm getting dry back all the time, so the roots are healthy. I'm not getting any like wet sogginess. I'm certainly not overfeeding in cocoa, which you might do in soil if you were, like I did when I first started. Um, but yeah, I mean, as long as you know the basics, you're good, bro. It's not that complicated. You'll sort it out.
yeah, for sure, bro.
I mean, if someone like me can comprehend it, I'm sure you can, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I would definitely. Speaking of kind of the Cannabis Grow Bible, that's a great. I've been using that for years, and it's done justice with me. I don't know if you have any material you like to refer to.
Um, no, not really. I mean, I learned on the fly, really, bro. Yeah, you just come across these situations, and as you do, you check them off and think, right, well, I know how to sort that one. And
Yeah,
as you come into more problems, you that you sort out, you just sort of tend to, I don't know, you just know after a while what's going on. Oh, I've got to give that a little bit of this or a little bit of that, or I've got to ease up on that because maybe something I'm doing is locking out like some micronutrients or something. And again, that's not good either, is it? So yeah, you really got to keep an eye on it, bro.
yeah. And whenever you kind of are feeding, you gotta make sure you don't mistake those. You don't mistake those over intoxicating, whatever you want to call it. You're putting too much into the soil. You don't want to mistake that for deficiencies. So and add
Absolutely. That's where
so
most people go wrong. They start adding stuff and then it goes even worse. And it's like, shit, what have I done?
yeah,
And like you say, too much of something's going to lock something else out somewhere. And then your plant's not going to be happy at all, bro.
yeah. So whenever it comes to germinating, do you have a specific way that you go about it? Because I
Oh,
know,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
oh
What I
yeah,
do. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get a
oh yeah,
glass of water, I fill it
uh-huh.
halfway up, and I chuck the seeds in them. And then if they float, they're good. If they sink, no good. And then
Okay,
just leave them within, well, with blue stuff, within 24 to 48 hours, you're going to get tails. Wait till the tails are, I don't know, about half-inch long in your glass. Pop them into your media, and away you go.
yeah,
Simples.
nice, bro. Yeah, I kind of do something similar, with just with a water bottle, and
Okay.
I can definitely correlate with you with the germination time. Like, um, before I knew it, one of the seeds completely came out of the shell. I'm like, shit, I need to get these out of here and in the
Yeah,
dirt.
I've had one that's done that. It's just completely like it's like a little tiny set of leaves with a just a little towel, and it's like, oh dear, you poor little thing. I better get you sorted. Quick, sharp.
Right. Oh man. I got that notification that we're gonna run out of time. We got 9 minutes left, and I think probably just wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything else that you would want to share.
Uh, Not really, bro. Yeah. I mean, I'm good. I'm put on the spot here like that. Yeah. No, my head's not working, bro. So I reckon we'll leave it there, and I'll have to go off for a smoke or something. Sort my head out.
Awesome, bro. Well, is there any do you want me to put anything down or so anyone can see your work or anything like that?
Absolutely, bro. Yeah. Do what you like. It's all good.
Yeah, well, if you want, go ahead and like, shout yourself out or, kind of tell people where we can find you. Um,
Oh yeah, of course. So it's only really my Instagram, and you'll find that under Daddy Purps. Um, and that's it really. Apart from our Telegram group, um, I tend to keep me a lot of. I keep myself to myself, bro. I find it a lot easier that way. You haven't got to worry about other people and if they're going to say anything and all that sort of stuff. So I am. I'm just me, bro. Apart from my family, that's all I've got. So yeah, we'll probably leave it there, bro. And anyway, if you want to check it out, feel free to. And yeah,
yeah,
nice one,
uh,
bro. It's been nice chatting.
yeah, bro. It's been a great fucking chat, and I'll get the link from you and put it in the description so everyone can go check out your Instagram. Um, and trust me, bro, like, hey, you got an Instagram, you're doing more than me, so like you being, to yourself is completely, I'm very to myself too. So, um,
The only
yeah,
way
I
to
think
be in
we
this
all.
business, bro.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's the only way to be in this business, bro.
Right? And very, very selective, I guess. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, bro, I can't appreciate, tell you how much I appreciate enough you coming on here and us having a great conversation being on the podcast.
That's all right, man. It's been a pleasure. Anytime you want me to hop in, if I'm free, obviously with my family and stuff, yeah, I'll pop in and give me 2 pence worth if you like.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Love to have you back on again. And hope you have a great rest of your day. And
Yeah,
yeah, we'll definitely uh catch back up sometime.
absolutely, bro. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. I will. I'll speak to you soon. Take care,
Awesome.
man.
Alrighty, bro. You too.